Hey now, it's your brother Marcus right here on the Elements of Inspiration Brother Marcus podcast. You know me, I always give you the best guests on this side of the globe. And today we have Mr. International himself. He is a personal chef, private chef, and the chef amongst all chefs, coming out of South Jersey and has traveled all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the show from SNS Catering, Chef John. How you doing, man?
I'm marvelous today, Brother Marcus. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm so glad that you're here with us today. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. I usually like to start the show off by asking people, where they born and all that good stuff. Where were you born?
I was born in Livingston, New Jersey, but basically raised in Willingboro.
Okay, Livingston, New Jersey, been raised in Willingboro, so it's safe to say that you're a boroughan.
Yes, I am. Proud. Very proud.
Very proud borough. And of course, you come from a very successful family. So, of course, you got to be proud,
Yes, sir.
So what was it like for you, going to elementary school? Did you go to elementary school in Livingston or was it in?
No, in Willingboro.
Oh, so you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Born in Livingston, raised in the borough. So what kind of student were you in school? Yeah, I want to know.
For the most part, I was very good. Very good student.
Very good student.
Always excelled in those classes.
Okay.
Extremely good at math. That was kind of my thing.
Okay, so like a mathematician and all that.
Math and science. That's it. I love it.
Okay, cool. Now, you were raised with both of your parents?
Yes.
All right, mother and father and all that. You have any siblings?
I have a brother who's older, 7 years, and I have a sister who's 1 year younger.
Oh, so you're the middle child.
Yes, I am.
The middle child, is always like the super child, right?
I like to think that.
I kind of know that. I'm a middle child.
Oh, okay.
So the middle children, we rocking and rolling. Now, being a boroughan, coming from, South Jersey, suburbs, you lived in a very good part of town. And you went to college?
Yes, I went to school originally for biochemistry.
Biochemistry.
Yeah, but I did not finish that. Then I ended up at culinary school.
Okay, because you had to really find a passion. I mean,
yeah.
Now, what drew you to culinary school? Were you like a little Chef Boyardee when you were younger or something?
I love food, man. I'm a big guy. Gotta eat. And a lot of places I go to, food ain't right. So
the food
I
ain't
make
right.
it myself.
So you make it yourself, and you got to get it right.
Yeah.
So what was it like your first experience getting into culinary school? What was that like for you?
Completely different world. So many different people. I mean, well, in Borough, you're raised around a lot of different people, so that wasn't too much of a problem. But it was definitely different.
Yeah, different.
Because a lot of the vocabulary they were using, I just didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew all the skills. I had all the knife skills. I knew all that stuff. I didn't know the proper wording for it.
Mm-hmm. But then you learned that along the way, like, oh, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is.
Once I learned that, it was over.
And I know it's over because you have been slaying dishes for a long time. How many years have you been, a chef?
Ooh, over 20 years.
Over 20 years plus tax carried a one. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. So when you started cooking, and what was the first big event that you ever did? The first one.
Yeah, I guess I like to say like the biggest event I did was Made in America, cooking for the artists there.
Oh, wow.
But I guess like the first event would be the little small events at different restaurants. You have Major League Baseball players come through and stuff like that. Because in Arizona, they have the spring training baseball, so you get a lot of players coming through the restaurants and stuff. So
wow. And so you're basically you're kind of like a celebrity chef to the stars, because you've cooked for name a couple of notable people that you've cooked for.
Done stuff for Lil Wayne and Rihanna, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Rihanna, Jay-Z and all that. But that's pretty cool. It doesn't matter how you got there, you were there. Yeah. You were cooking and all of that. So, the faces, I'm sure their faces were like, oh my God, this is some good stuff. So now that we know that you've cooked for the celebrities, what's some of the places where you travel to doing what you do? Name some of the places where you traveled around the world.
Thailand, Dubai, Costa Rica, Ghana.
Wow.
UK. Been around a lot.
Been around the world and
India.
Yeah. Wow. Now, do your parents, hit you up and say, "Hey, Chef John or Jonathan"? You know how parents do.
Yeah.
Like, do they have you come over and cook for them?
I do, but my parents cook well. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like My whole life, I never had anything really out of a box.
Wow.
Brownies and pasta. That's it. Everything else is made from scratch.
Wow.
Always.
I like Jiffy out the box. Anyway, so because I know that you cook and I know that you've done a lot of work around the world, is your mom like intimidating to you? Like when you cook a dish and you're like, oh man, I wonder what she's going to say.
She's my biggest critic. Always.
Yeah.
No, you could have did this, or you could have put a little more of this and that. Yeah, always.
Wow. That's what's up, man. Now, you have 3 siblings, right? So, two siblings. I'm sorry. I'm counting all of y'all together. I'm not a mathematician like you. You're the one that did math, man. Get the math right. And the math ain't mathing. So, you, do your older brother and your younger sister, do they cook also?
Yeah. My brother, he can really get it on the grill.
Yeah.
He does his thing, yeah. My sister, she does everything.
Wow.
She'll do tamales. She'll make up everything.
That's what I'm talking about, man. A family that cooks together, eats together.
Gains weight together.
Hey, listen, man. Better to gain it than not have it on you, right?
Yeah.
But so now that you have, where was your favorite place of visiting? Like, what has your chefing skills brought you to? You're like, man, I can really live in this country because you've been on various continents.
Ghana, for sure.
Ghana.
I could move there tomorrow.
Wow.
Japan, same thing. Today I can tell my wife, like, yeah, we're going to Japan.
Wow.
She's like, okay, no problem, let's go.
Wow. So does your wife cook?
Yes.
Does she cook? Is she does she do a lot of American cooking, or like she likes cooking from other countries? Like, what's her favorite thing?
She likes cooking all kinds of stuff, but being from Ghana, her favorite thing is always going to be jollof.
Oh, she's from Ghana. And what is jollof? I mean, I'm a little, I don't really know what jollof is.
Jollof is like the national dish of West Africa.
Oh.
You have your debates always, who has the best jollof. And it's a rice dish, so it's a tomato-based rice dish.
Oh, okay. Did you learn how to master that?
Oh, yeah. My jollof's the best. I challenge all Nigerians, all Ghanaians.
All Ghanaians.
Yeah, I challenge everybody.
Don't say that too loud, bro. You gotta have people sending me like crazy threat mail. Like, who is that chef? Chef John. We ain't playing with him. SNS Catering. We don't want nothing to do with him. We mad. I don't want that coming here. But you definitely can cook. You definitely can do. Do you remember when we met for the first time? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was at I believe a golf event.
Yeah, it was at a golf event in your hometown of
Willingboro.
Yeah, that was really cool. I saw how you had everything laid out. The spread was crazy. The food was good. And we said, we were talking. I was like, man, maybe we're going to catch up.
Yeah.
And did you ever think I was going to hit you up?
Not at all.
Why?
Yeah, you meet a lot of people. And everybody always says, I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's usually like 10% will call you back.
Yeah, well, I'm one of the 10%, that will call you back. And, I called you because I know that you have something great to offer, and I wanted to be a man of my word. And now we're in cahoots together doing some things, know. And one of the first things that we're going to be doing is a relaunch of the Elements of Inspiration. But we also have something else that we're going to be co-rocking together and doing it. And we haven't put a name on it yet. But the event is, what is the event that we're going to be doing?
It's going to be a tea party.
A tea party?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a man throwing a tea party?
I have not. That's why this is going to be great.
Y'all better come on out. It's going to be crazy. We'll give all the details and all of that good stuff later on. What's your favorite dish to make?
Oh, wow.
I know you have many. Give me about 5.
Okay. I love Thai food. One of the first restaurants that I really worked in was a Thai restaurant. So I like this dish called drunken noodles.
Oh, drunken noodles.
Yeah. If you're out drinking in Thailand, you staggering around, you need something to get you back right. Food carts everywhere have the drunken noodles. You get that, you good.
Wow. So now you've been in Thailand.
Yeah, I was there for about a month.
How was that for you, being in Thailand?
It was completely different. It was a culture shock because you're just so friendly to the point where you're like, are you trying to get my kidney or something? I don't know what's going on here.
You trying to take my jacket or my shoes?
Yeah. No, they're just super friendly people. So once I got used to that, then it's like, everybody's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And what's your one of your other favorite dishes that you like to cook? This is now 2 of 5.
Well, I also love jollof. That's, getting back to my West African roots.
Okay, and you've been there too.
Yeah.
And what was that like being over there?
Completely freeing. It's completely different when everybody looks like you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how was the air like? You know what I mean? Did it seem different? And
Everything seemed different. As soon as I touched down, like my skin cleared up, my back stopped aching.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful experience.
Kind of like, I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
Mama, I'm home.
Definitely.
She's like, brother, I'm in America. And what is another dish your number 3 dish that you like to make?
I don't want to get too fancy, but
Nah, get fancy and break it on down for the people.
What we're gonna do is I love some good fried chicken. So
Okay.
keep it real basic.
Okay.
And surprisingly, best fried chicken I ever had was in South Korea.
Wow. So let's talk about that. Were you were there on like a cooking excursion or?
Yeah, I was just kind of learning more about the cuisine there and stuff like that. So
Wow.
I was in Japan for about 3 weeks, and then we went to South Korea for a week.
Wow.
So while in South Korea, I was like, let me try some stuff, for fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't disappoint.
That's what's up, man. We need to get you to do some. Is it what? So do we call it like Korean fried chicken or?
Yeah,
it's Korean.
They call it the real KFC, Korean fried chicken.
Wow, the real KFC.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could talk about that. And I don't know, we got to do some Korean fried chicken. Y'all want some of Chef John's Korean fried chicken? Right now, we are talking to Mr. SNS Catering of Chef John. He owns his catering company, doing a lot of great things. We're excited to be talking to him. Now, we've named 3 of his best dishes from various parts of the country. And surprisingly enough, Korean fried chicken. We definitely gonna have to try that. What's one of your number 4 dishes that you can think of?
Sweet potato cheesecake mousse.
Sweet potato cheesecake mousse.
Yeah.
That's your own signature or something like that?
Yeah, that's my own thing right there.
Oh man, Mama, he got you. What was the inspiration behind that?
I wanted a sweet potato pie,
Mm-hmm.
and I also wanted cheesecake.
Right.
And I want it to be a little bit lighter than sweet potato cheesecake. That tends to be a little heavy sometimes. So.
Oh wow! Now, where did you come up with that dish while you were abroad, like off of American soil, or were you doing it for like a celebrity? Or
actually, I came up with the dish in my backyard. I have my garden there, and I was actually harvesting my sweet potatoes.
Wow!
So I was like, oh, you know what? Let me try this.
That's what I'm talking about. So you grow your own vegetables and things.
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness, folks! Y'all getting this conversation? Chef John is not playing. SNS Catering, they give you the best of fresh vegetables right out the garden. Yeah. So will we be able to experience some of your sweet potato cheesecake?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's your own signature. Okay, so we're definitely going to try that out. And what's your number 5? We're on number 5, right?
Number 5 now.
Yeah. And what's your favorite dish to make in what country? Did you do it in? Or?
I did an amazing seafood pasta in Costa Rica.
Wow.
And that was after going to the seafood market, went down to the coast, talked to the fishermen, got everything I needed.
So you got the food like fresh.
Made my own pasta.
Wow.
Absolutely delicious.
And let's talk about that. What's the ingredients without giving your secret? Yeah,
well, pasta recipe, very typical.
Mm-hmm.
You have your flour, your egg, water.
Oh, so you're doing it from scratch?
Yeah, I make everything from scratch.
Oh, not out of the box?
No.
Oh, so let's talk about it. You get the flour.
You have your water.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be nice and cold. Eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Farm fresh. Mix all that together. Let it rest. Roll it out. Slice into the shapes you want. Nice and easy. Put that to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the seafood, we had shrimps, scallops, octopus, and
octopus.
Yeah, and mussels.
Octagon, octopus. You had man. What does octopus taste like? Because I just never,
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But it can be very rubbery, so you have to treat it right.
Oh, okay. So you
got to be treated right. It's got to be cooked either really quick or it's got to be cooked really long.
And what do you choose to do?
Quick.
Okay.
Yeah, quick saute.
So to give you the right texture.
Perfect texture. So it's not overdone, not chewy. Cook it too long and
you don't want it to come back alive on you.
Yeah, it gets real tire-ish.
Yeah, chewing. like chewing an old bag of Hubba Bubba. That used to be my Willenboro gum, Hubba Bubba and Bubblicious. But so now those of you, now what made you create that particular dish in Costa Rica? Was it like an inspiration behind that?
It's just the environment there, right there by the beach.
So you're inspired by certain dishes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow. Have you ever like created a dish and was like, man, this uses like 100 ingredients?
Yeah. When I was in India. Yeah.
Really? What was now? Tell us about you being in India. What was that? How was that experience for you?
It was amazing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing, especially for your chef. All the different spices they use.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And what's your favorite seasoning on anything that you say, man, this is my constant, and don't say salt or pepper.
I was about to say that. I thought you can't go wrong with salt and pepper.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's my thing. You know what I mean? You
gotta have that. Without that, you don't have anything.
Mm-hmm. That's like the basic, right? Salt and pepper. What would be the basic ingredients to most foods, you think?
You can always go with rosemary. Kind of goes with everything. Mm-hmm. Garlic is another thing that goes with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, salt, pepper, garlic, oregano.
Yeah.
Rosemary, different herbs. I like to herb things up. It gives it more depth of flavor and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, because I know that you've been doing this for over 20 years, right? A lot of people. What's the response to you? I already gave you my response. I tasted you cooking before. What do people say to you about you doing like your catering or cooking? Like, how do people respond when they know that you've traveled around the world and you're doing your thing? How do people respond to you?
It's always love.
Yeah,
a lot of love, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only person that kind of challenges you would be
my mom. Yeah, of course.
What about your father? Is he a chef-a-ree too, or does he cook, or he's just more like
my chef? My dad, when I was younger, he took a Chinese cooking class. So we didn't go out to the Chinese place. He would just make Chinese food for us.
Wow.
He makes cake. He's well known for his pound cakes. So.
Okay, so hopefully we'll be able to get some of that too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Daddy, bring them pound cakes. Does your mother, do they like cook together sometimes, like special meals, or it's like one of them take over?
They both cook.
Okay.
Like, my mom grew up in a small town in Eastern Shore, Maryland called Oxford. Mm-hmm. She grew up basically right on the Chesapeake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so her whole life she did nothing but eat seafood.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you a seafood fanatic too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? What's your best type of food? Let's say we already know seafood. Like, is it Italian, Jamaican? Is it Guyanese? Is it, Turkish?
I just like everything. It's a mood.
Yeah.
It's according to how I feel that day. I might, like tonight, I'll probably go home and make something Japanese.
Wow.
But then tomorrow, I'll make something from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Something Nigerian.
Do you have neighbors like lingering around, or fans lingering around your house, like, coming up like, yo, this is celebrity chef over there. This is, this is Chef John.
My neighbors, I tend to just give them food, just to have them try different things. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to the door like, hey, how you doing? Here, try this.
Wow.
Yeah, they love it.
Man, you're gonna gain a lot more of traction because you're a world traveler. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you can do what you do and you're moving on different continents and you're able to absorb what you're experiencing and what you're being inspired to cook. Have you ever, I know you said you did Made in America. What was that experience like for you, coming out there and having to cook for Beyonce, Lil Wayne? Like, what was that for you?
His first year was absolutely crazy because it wasn't necessarily set up the way I would do things. Mm-hmm. So it was a little bit chaotic.
Right.
But yeah, it's a lot of cooking. Because you're doing buffets for 600 people. And then they're like, oh, mayor private party, 200 people. Throw something together.
Wow.
Rock Nation private party, 100 people. Throw something together. As you're doing your 600.
And your 200.
And your another 200. Then another 100. Then another 600. And then cooking for overnight for the security people and stuff like that. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool space and place to be in, I think.
It was great because in between the cooking, you have your your path, so you're able to wander around a little bit if you're not too busy. Watch some of the concerts and stuff. And yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. And people respect what you do. They're like, that's that dude right there. You know, that's him right there, mama. You know, and I'm glad that we're going to be in cahoots together, working together and doing some things, because I believe in what you do. You know, like I said, I tasted your food, and, you know, I'm not knocking anybody, but, you know, there are certain people who stand out. And you're one of those people that are definitely standing out. And you happen to be from the borough, Willingboro,
yes,
you know.
Sir.
Now, have you ever thought of, you know, doing like a compilation of, you know, some of your food, like, you know, like a book or something?
Yeah, right now I'm kind of in the works with that, trying to put together more like a photo journey of my culinary path.
Okay.
So, a little bit of everything, kind of my inspirations, pictures, recipes, a little audio tied into to the recipes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
but I think that's an excellent idea. So we can definitely look out for that in the near future. Now, what are some of the things that you want to do besides writing, you know, the book, the audio book, and all of that? Are there other aspirations of things that you want to put into play dealing with culinary or even business, catering?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to open up a couple of restaurants. I have an African fast casual concept that's in the works right now, and then a couple of spice blends and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. All right. Y'all hear that? Spice blends. We're going to leave it right there. We ain't going to touch that. So you have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Does your wife, and, you know, I'm sure she does, but I'm asking in any way because a lot of people are listening, and, you know, fans of the show, women are like, I wonder if his wife supports him in what he does. Does your wife support you in all of this?
In everything I do.
Wow.
Yeah. And vice versa. Yeah.
Does she ever jump on and say, like, honey, let me help you make this guy,
oh, yeah.
with the Guyanese dish?
Yeah, she always helps out. Anytime I'm like, oh, I got this event, I need a couple extra hands. Oh, no problem.
Wow. That's what's up, man. It's nothing like having somebody that's got your back, that can, you know, do the dynamic duo with you. Anybody else like assist you if you need help, like in your family? Like
my son. My son he'll always help. My nephews.
Yeah. And plus you have a plethora of other chefs and people of that nature, servers that are always like on call.
Yeah,
so.
Tons of people that I've worked with throughout the years that kind of gathered the best of the best.
I like that. The best of the best, because we only deal with the best here on the Elements of Inspiration show, y'all. Now, how can people get in touch with you if they say, man, I want to have a private gathering at my home, cooking for 10 people, or I need to have a catering service for 200 people. Like, how do people reach out to SNS Catering? How do they get in touch with Chef John?
Well, I do have an Instagram, SNS Catering. And you can also just call me.
Okay, well, let's get it.
Call me 609-284-0161.
609-284-0161. We're going to give it to him one more again.
609-284-0161.
All right, y'all got that? We got Chef John in the studio today, and this is just a wonderful time to be able to get up with you and letting people know who you are. You know, is there anything you want to share with those who are coming up in the ranks of that want to be, a chef, a worldwide renowned chef?
Just focus on being you. Don't try to be anybody else. Just be you.
Because that kind of, botches the whole thing. When you ever see somebody want to be like somebody else, and you're like, that's not working for you.
Play your lane. You got a position. You have a role. Just play it. You'll be fine. Now, head down. Keep working hard.
Head down. Keep working hard. Who inspires you? What are there any programs on TV? Like, you see certain people like, man, I like what that person is doing. Are there any shows which you say, I kind of like what they're doing there?
I don't even really watch TV.
Oh, you just stay to yourself.
Yeah, I'm not a TV person.
And you just stay creative.
I read a lot.
Yeah.
That's it.
You ain't supposed to be reading.
I read as much as possible, though. You're going to learn. You're going to get as many books as you can. Learn about different spices, blends, culture. Yeah.
Wow. And what's your favorite drink to make? Like and it doesn't matter whether it's, alcoholic drink or whether it's just a mocktail. Like what are, do you even?
I like a good gin drink. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of nice herbal aspects and florals and stuff like that in gin, so you can do a lot with it.
Oh, okay.
And then for a mocktail, I like a good hibiscus drink.
And
Good
a who what?
Hibiscus. It's
A biscuit drink?
hibiscus is a tea.
Okay.
Traditionally used a lot in West Africa and in the Caribbean.
Is it sweet, bitters, like?
It's whatever you want to make it.
Oh.
But I usually steep it, and I'll have it with I'll have ginger in there, some cinnamon, some cloves, stuff like that.
So we'll be able to try that at an event that we do, right?
Oh yeah, I'll
All right,
definitely make some of that.
Hibiscus, y'all, not a biscuit or biscuit, but hibiscus, and it is you said an African.
It's an African drink.
African drink.
Yeah, they get it a lot.
Yeah, and you know what?
In the Caribbean too, during the holidays.
In the Caribbean too, I got this strange feeling like there's another drink that you like too. I don't know, like what other drink do you like to make as well? And I know you're not a bartender or anything like that, but again, you know your position as being the Chef John of SNS Catering, you know tastes and texture, so you know what drinks will go with certain meals, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of wine pairings. I love champagnes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So
actually, my new thing is sparkling sake.
What is now?
So sake is like a distilled rice wine. And I've never seen it sparkling until a few weeks ago. So now that's my thing now.
Wow. So that's something different. Is it alcoholic or is it just?
It's alcoholic.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. It's not super strong, but yeah.
Yeah, sakatimi sake. Yeah. All right. And what did you call it again?
It's a sparkling sake.
Sparkling sakatiya. Y'all know if y'all come on this show, Brother Marcus is butchering everything. But so we're getting ready to wrap it up with Chef John of SNS Catering. Do you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Just my wife.
Wow. That's it. That's all solo, single, no more, no less.
I got to make sure I give a shout out to her. Sweetie, I appreciate you, love you.
All right, you hear that? Oh, this is wonderful. They're going to get married again. See, he messing around up in here. All right, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say, we have the best of the best that come on to the Element of Inspiration show. We have Chef John, who is a private chef. He's one of my private chefs, one of my favorite chefs, and of SNS Catering. You know, what does SNS mean? I never even thought to ask you that.
It's according to who I'm talking to.
We'll leave it right there.
Yeah, if I'm talking to some people, show up and show out.
Show up and show out.
Talking to other people, simple sophistication.
Simple and sophisticated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. He said, depending on who I'm talking to. Sakatiya. Man, you straight out of a comic book, man. Some of y'all will know what I'm talking about. All right, before we rock out and leave Chef John, as he's going to go back and do some things because we know he's a busy person, and I'm glad we were able to get him into the studio. Let's give out your information again. How can people get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me either on Instagram, SNS Catering, or you can just call me, 609-284-0161.
Call him at
609-284-0161.
And we're going to do it one more time for savings.
609-284-0161.
All right, folks. That is, and this will always be, Chef John, world traveler, has been a lot of places all around the world. And I'm glad that he's taken the opportunity to be with us on the Element of Inspiration Brother Marcus podcast, SNS Catering, y'all. Go ahead and get all your catering needs. They will hook you up. We got to leave here, but never from the sight of God. And as I say on the radio, don't touch that dial. Well, on here, don't touch that podcast. Stay close. More inspirational, motivational podcasts coming up on the Elements of Inspiration Brother Marcus podcast. Stay close.